Hello and welcome to the Citadel radio show. Today I am doing a chill live stream with my good friend here, Master Paul. If you'd like to say hi, give yourself a little introduction, feel free to do so.
Hey there. I am Master Paul of the Star Wars guys, and I'm actually someone that knows Moss, that knows Moss in real life. We used to work together at the same job, which shall remain nameless. But yeah, he got I guess you could say you almost got the idea from me for starting a
Um,
channel, right?
I did. I got the idea from you. I sort of, was somewhat thinking about it because I had a few ideas to do with Doctor Who, which I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't really too sure about it until I started seeing your channel and doing so. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try myself.
Which I'm flattered that I was that inspiration for you, and that pretty much is my story to a T as far as what got me started, because this channel I've mentioned all the time, Echo Base Network. um they were my inspiration, just like I was for yours. So pretty much I'm taking what they gave to me and just trying to pass it on to as many people as I can.
You seem to have done a pretty good job so far.
Thank you.
So yeah, this week's been a somewhat interesting week for the Hooniverse.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's been a lot of recording up in Bristol, and I don't know if this actor name will sound familiar to you, Neil Patrick Harris.
yes, I have seen him before. The only thing I know for sure that I've seen him in is the live action Smurf movie, the first one.
Um, yeah, I've been forever since I've seen Power. I almost forgot it existed. He's also in How I Met Your Mother and in a series of unfortunate events.
I've heard of How I Met Your Mother, never watched it. I know he's in there. But
Well,
yeah.
some exciting news. He is currently going to be in the new Doctor Who.
Cool. And I saw your stream about that earlier. You think he's going to play someone called Odd Bob?
Yes. So Odd Bob is a character from the Sarah Jane Adventures,
Okay.
who is basically a clown which feeds off fear.
So almost like the Joker and Scarecrow rolled up into one.
Yeah, basically. Well, technically, it's more of the Pied Piper. Um,
Oh, okay.
I'll try and find a better image, but you can sort of see there. You got the clown. It's actually played by what's
Actually,
his name?
I think a better comparison would be It.
Yeah, it would be a lot better comparison. Um, Another character name for the character is Elijah Spellman.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see my amazing typing and spelling skills, which is a lot better comparison. You can see here
Yes.
when the image loads. If the image loads.
Slow internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Life on the mountain.
I understand. I've been there.
I'll try refreshing the page, but it looks very similar to that.
Yeah, like
there we go.
Okay. That reminds me of Hugh Jackman's character in The Greatest Showman. The one with Neil Patrick Harris that you just flashed up there reminds me of the Penguin.
Yeah. Actually, there is in the Doctor Who comics, there is a penguin companion.
What?
Yeah. Doctor Who penguin. Here it is. The Doctor Who companion, the penguin. Fobbin Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Because they've introduced another character from the comics called Meep the Beep. Nope, Beep the Meep. I'll get another image.
What?
Yeah, so this was from like the 70s and 80s, so it was pretty wild. Nope. And there's been a lot of memes of it. So the entire backstory of Meep the Beep.
I think you have that backwards again.
It's very similar. The backstory of Meep the Beep. Again, Meep. The backstory of Beep the Meep.
You got it that time.
Is that it's a really cute. So basically, the species is a really cute, little bunny-like creatures. Until one day, a black star passes near their planet, and the radiation turns them into xenophobic, genocidal, cute beasts.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And then these creatures called the Wraith Warriors come along, which are sort of praying mantis-like creatures, which are basically genetically created space police. Basically, kill off all of the meeps except for Beep. And there's plenty of images of Beep in the new shoots.
And I took every bit of that sentence serious, except this guy's name.
Maybe there isn't plenty of images, at least not on the first thing, unless I go onto Twitter.
By the way, speaking of Twitter, I did shout out this stream. Hopefully we can get some more people joining us.
So if you're joining and listening, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. We'll be talking about all sort of things with sci-fi and Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, depending on how the conversation's going.
And I'll mention this too. Sometimes it may not show you immediately that people are watching.
Yeah.
Like the number that shows like right next to how long we've been running, you'll see it on your end. I've had it on both my channels where it'll show that no one's watching, but really at least one person is.
Yeah. My amazing Wi-Fi coming in again. You can sort of see it in the background there.
Yeah.
This weird fluffy creature. Put it onto a bigger screen. Oh, that won't really help.
It's all right. Try clicking on the actual image.
Oh, it's there for a second. There. So you can sort of see a vague silhouette of someone in a suit.
Yeah.
There are better images, just Twitter does not want to show me them for some reason.
I understand.
Doctor Who set report. Let's try that. Here's some amazing images of David Tennant. Oh. David Tennant and Neil Patrick Harris dancing.
Interesting.
We need to go back a bit because this was like a week ago. And currently Neil Patrick Harris is all the rage because, you know, Neil Patrick Harris and Doctor Who.
Yep.
It's surprising how quickly the memes can flip from a rabbit to some guy in a suit dancing as the world comes to an end.
I mean, that's pretty much the internet for you.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Twitter does not want to be helpful.
It's all right. I believe you.
Yeah. We have that one very blurry image. So we got, you know, all these wild theories coming along about who's going to be happening, what's going to be happening. Russell T Davies just slowly putting leaks out, not necessarily because he wants to, but because he has to. There's a bit of a debate about people being like, "Oh, you're overshadowing the current era," which I don't think is as big of an issue as people are saying, because they sort of have to make these reports as they are filming, because it's going to get leaked anyway because they'll be seen out in the street.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of how it is with anything. Like, for example, I know reports like that were coming out for Indiana Jones when they were filming, I believe, in Scotland. There was a section of Scotland that they had pretty much converted into, I believe, 60s era New York City.
Yeah. See, another reason why I think that it's not that big of an issue is because they're currently putting zero effort into advertising the current era, because what they've advertised so far,
they do have to get through the regeneration first.
Yeah, well, no, the current era is this regeneration, the centenary special, which is the 100th anniversary of the BBC, I believe, or at least BBC TV department. The most announcement they've done for it is the Next Time trailer at the end of the Easter special.
That shows
Radio Silence.
That shows Jodie getting ready to regenerate.
Yes. Sorry, I just saw this beauty of a meme. I have to put it up.
Okay. Yes.
Sarah Topham hat as
I love it.
It's amazing.
By the way, I did send the link that you sent me to Michael in case he wants to join.
Cool. Yeah. What was he saying? I completely lost track after Top and Hap.
Talking about the lack of advertisement.
Yeah, so literally they have the Next Time trailer and then there's nothing else advertising it. Probably because they don't need to until like a month before the actual release of the episode, which is going to be in October, we believe. We've not got any confirmation on it.
Right.
But they don't really need to do the advertisement for it. Yeah, again, quite a lot of people are saying that Russell T Davies has done more since his announcement, which is about a month now, than Chris Chibnall has done in a year of running the show.
Right.
Which I would agree with.
Yeah, I can see that. And of course you know exactly how much Doctor Who I know right now, because you, as I've said multiple times, got me into Doctor Who. And of course we're planning on doing a show together called Thursday Who. In fact, we tried to start it up at one point, but unfortunately it got shelved due to time and the fact that you're moving back to Britain soon. So I've been pretty much waiting to watch further on it until we're in a position where we can do it. I believe I was getting toward the end of the very first Dalek story.
Yeah. What did you think of what you've seen so far about the Daleks?
It reminds me if R2D... The best way I could describe it is if R2D2 could talk and wanted to kill everyone because they weren't like him. And given... I'm sure the Daleks are portrayed better in future stories, especially as technology increases. But, you know, this is a solid first impression of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quite interesting because in this first story, we only see the Daleks in their current form. As the show progresses, we learn more about their backstory and what they were like before they were turned into the Daleks as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you saw the Daleks, oh well, since you have, would you say that they were like a good metaphor for World War II?
No, that completely went over my head.
Well, from what I've heard, I'm not 100% sure of the solidity of it, but the Daleks were supposed to be a metaphor for a certain period within World War II. I'm not sure what the guidelines and stuff are on it, so I'm just going to keep it at that. Where basically the idea is, they want to kill anything which isn't them.
Yes.
And some of the symbolisms which have been drawn to it is like, a gun in one hand and a sucker held out in the other.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, I can see it from that angle, but personally, I think that's a bit of a stretch.
That's understandable. But I'm not too sure about the actual mindset of the Verity Lambert and the script writers at the time of making it, because obviously I wasn't around then.
Of course, none of us were.
No. So we don't fully know unless we do some sort of seance and ask them ourselves.
Hard pass on that.
Same.
I mean, you're aware of all the ghost stories from where I currently work, you used to work, and how someone tried to provoke them.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun Halloween.
Yes, it was. Hopefully, by the way, we're able to dress up this year, because you saw what I posted on TikTok regarding my new costume.
Yes. Yeah. Is it true that in one of the, I think, like trailers or intros for Star Wars, there's a sink?
A sink?
Yeah, I think I sent you something about it a while back on Messenger.
Let me look. If it's on Messenger, I should still have it. About how long ago am I looking?
Maybe like a week or two back. There it is.
Oh, you got it?
Yep. It was on Friday.
Oh, okay. Admittedly, I haven't looked at this, so I will.
There's no spoilers in it. It's just a bunch of like flashing faces.
All right, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Admittedly, I know what you're showing me, and admittedly, I don't pay much attention to really any of what those random faces that they show. But here's what he's talking about.
What?
Okay, it was the second thing that they showed. I'll try and show it again.
It does actually show it again afterwards, later on in the video, I believe.
What?
Oh,
That one doesn't even work.
was that a... Yeah,
Was that a fucking sink?
they put in the...
Yo,
What about-
rewind. It's like the second one.
No.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
What?
Okay. That is clearly meant to be a droid. But yes, that 100% looks like a kitchen sink or a bathroom sink. Dude, Star Wars lately has just been through so much. With Kenobi going on right now. Here's the thing. I, of course, have been keeping up with Kenobi through this whole thing. You've heard what I've said about Book of Boba Fett because we talked about it at length at work. I overall think that Kenobi is a better show than Book of Boba Fett. And this last episode I liked a lot. But this is the show that is really making me start to realize just how cheap and consumable Disney Star Wars is compared to George Lucas Star Wars. Like, set aside any political messaging that may or may not be there. It's just get in, get your fix of entertainment, and get out now. And at this stage in my life, I want something that's going to make me think a little bit more, which is why I have gravitated so hard to Star Trek lately, especially The Next Generation, because it is that type of show that makes me think.
Also, Commander outfit or shirt looks good.
Thank you. And anyways, I'm sure you saw this on TikTok too. I had actually written a song about my current thoughts on Star Wars. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
All right, so, and quick shameless plug for myself. I've written now 9 songs, and most of those songs I'm working on. Where'd my pick go? Most of those songs I am working on putting into an album, actually. Now, this song, admittedly, is not going to be on the album because...
Cool. Sorry about that. He seemed to have cut off the stream. Oh, welcome back.
Well, I don't know how I just got that. That was not me. I'm still looking. Oh, there's my guitar pick. Okay. I got a lot of stuff on my desk. So anyways, this is a song I wrote. It's a parody of a John Mayer song called Slow Dancing in a Burning Room. And it basically describes how I feel right now about Disney Star Wars. And I want to be specific, Disney Star Wars, not Star Wars in general. But here it is. Star Wars, why don't you do better? Star Wars, why don't you do better? Disney, why don't you? You see, we're slow dancing in a burning room. You think I ought to know by now? I guess I should have learned somehow. You think I ought to know by now? I guess I should have learned somehow. You think I ought to know by now? I guess I should have learned somehow. You think I ought to know by now? I guess I should have learned somehow.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Better guitar than I am.
It's alright, man. Just keep practicing and you'll get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad that, Disney has taken such a really good and beloved franchise and just hasn't treated it with the respect that it's deserved, and it's just tried to use it as another way to profit.
Yeah.
And
Because here's the thing, if they had done it right between Star Wars and Marvel, Disney already has all the money in the world, but they could have pretty much had their own mint, like their own money printing source with Star Wars and Marvel. But now it's like I'm really conflicted right now because I want to like what they've got, but at what point do I just step back and say, you know what, I can't buy into this anymore? But here's the thing: at the point, whenever I do get to that point, something, even for a little while, brings me back because I want to like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do right now, basically.
Yeah, that is a difficult decision to make.
Yeah, and I'm sure you've been there with Doctor Who recently, because I'm sure that there has been small little nuggets of good things that have come out of the Jodie Whittaker era,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by, everything else.
Yep. That it's it is really hard to make the decision because one hand it's something that you've put a ton of passion into, but then you're just not getting the same enjoyment out of it anymore, and it's hard to make that decision on what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that there'll always be, as we learned from Pandora's Box, despite all of the disease to come from it, the last thing that there always is hope.
Yes, but at the same time, hope can very easily turn to insanity, because put it this way, my dad, anytime he would give me a hard conversation, would put it like this: when you have to deal with something hard, you have to deal with it in equal parts truth and grace, because too much truth is condemning, but too much grace is enabling. And I'm starting to realize that is the same thing. You have to deal with something like this in equal parts hope and realism, because too much hope is naivete,
Mm-hmm.
but too much reality is simply pessimistic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, look at the track record. The song I sang pretty much spells it out. Mando has been great.
Mm-hmm.
The sequel trilogy was not. Book of Boba Fett was not. And Kenobi, overall, while better than Book of Boba Fett, I will give it that, is not.
Yeah. As Bob Ross once said, you can't have light without dark, and you can't have dark without light.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, sometimes it's best to give something a break and come back to it later. Because, like, with art and just life in general, if you put too much effort and passion into one thing, you sort of become blind to things. So sometimes you need to take a step back, reevaluate, sometimes take a break, come back to it later. It sort of clears your head and helps you come to a realization.
Maybe so.
Whatever you think's best, though.
Yeah. Like I said, that's something I'll have to think about. But
Yeah.
I just know that I can't keep going on like this.
Mm-hmm. But you said that you're turning to Star Trek?
Yes, but here's the thing, though. I'm currently going through classic Star Trek, like for the time I was going through classic Doctor Who. I know that eventually I'm going to reach a point where the good quality stuff runs out, and we get into the same cheaply made product in Star Trek that the likes of Alex Kurtzman has been making, just like with Star Wars. And then from there, I don't know. And then from there, I don't know. I'll go maybe to Battlestar Galactica or something like that. I've already been through Harry Potter as much as I want to.
Here's a suggestion, maybe. An English comedy show called Red Dwarf.
Red
Sci-fi.
Dwarf.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe it's on HBO Max. I'm not 100% sure. Let me check.
Okay. And what's it about?
Basically, it follows the let me just find where it's available. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to find the cast quickly. So it follows the adventures of Craig Charles. Craig Charles. No, Dave Lester, played by Craig Charles, Arnold Rimmer, and Kat and Crichton through their adventures. Basically, they're on a mining vessel called the Red Dwarf, and Dave Lester gets put into a sort of cryogenic chamber or something as a punishment for something he did on the ship as a crew member, and something happens, and he, instead of the 10 years he's supposed to spend in the chamber, he was in there for thousands of years, and it's just him, the Arnold Rimmer, and Kat and Crichton, just the four of them left on the ship, and they are trying to get back to Earth, basically. And it's following their adventure through space, trying to get back to Earth.
Okay. Yeah, I would give that a watch. And I've also told some of my friends on YouTube that I would be getting into Babylon 5 at some point too. So yeah, I mean, I guess, if I did take a break from Star Wars, and here's the thing. My love of Star Wars pre-Disney will never change.
Yeah.
I will always love the original 6 movies because I'm only speaking for myself here. I know that there are other people, in fact, I've seen some of them on Twitter recently, I won't say names, that are so jaded on Star Wars as a whole right now they can't even bring themselves to watch the original stuff. I'm not like that. I can very easily separate what came before Disney with what's come since. And I can still sit down and watch any of episodes 1 through 6 just fine. And let's face it, the EU, the books, the games, all of that stuff that came out, like the Thrawn trilogy, 90% of that, being perfectly honest with you, I am completely ignorant to. And so, again, there's another option for Star Wars.
Yeah. As the classic phrase goes, there's plenty of fish in the ocean.
Yes. I guess what I want to do is just focus on those now. While still at least keeping a faint hope that things at Disney will change. Now, granted, that's a hope tempered by, it's not going to be very likely that they will.
Yeah.
But who knows? Nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Nothing's impossible.
What else is there? Oh yeah, question. How's your Sonic doing?
Oh, I forgot to. I don't know if I showed you this. Where to put it? But my Sonic, it's right here. Still doing good. Remember this? Yes, but I got this too.
What is that, by the way?
It is a StarTrack phaser from the Next Generation.
Ooh. Getting all the props.
Yep. So
lightsabers.
I have a lightsaber, a sonic screwdriver, which again, thank you for.
That's okay.
And yeah, I mean, as far as I can think of, that's pretty much it that I can of like the famous sci-fi props, or the iconic ones.
Yeah. I've actually been working on sort of my own Doctor Who outfit, my own sort of cosplay. I can't obviously put it on right now, but I do have the jacket for it around here somewhere. Is that it? That is not it. Whoop. Don't trip on the chair. Back in a second. I've somehow managed to misplace an entire jacket.
Let me guess, it's the jacket that you stashed all your sonic screwdrivers in.
No. I do have an image somewhere, though.
I see.
So where did you get the new StarTrack shirt from?
That was actually given to me by a friend of mine that does Tuesday Night Trick with me. His name's Baron Norman Tag. He actually gave me this too. And I had mentioned on one of those streams that I wanted one of those uniforms, and he just happened to have one that he had custom made for himself back in the day that obviously he has no use for anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And since I am somewhat the same build as he was back then, he sent it to me.
Yeah, that's cool. Sifting through these images isn't easy when it's taking a while to load and you just see pixely versions of everything.
I gotcha.
Actually, the image might be a month old. Jeez. Okay, it's after this. I can certify that. It sort of looks similar to the War Master's outfit. I'll put
Mm-hmm.
that up in a second when I find it, so I can do a comparison. But at the moment, my what you call it, Wi-Fi's being slow.
I gotcha.
It seems to have picked up a bit because the images are actually loading. Here it is. Copy image. Control B. There we go. I'll center it up a bit more. Here it is. This has got.
Oh.
Yeah.
So which doctor are you supposed to be right now?
I wasn't really going for any particular doctor. I was just going for like a doctor-esque vibe. But then I realized it looks more like the War Master, which is another Time Lord, which originally is seen in a Doctor Who special, including the Master. You can sort of see there the similarities.
I do.
The War Master is on the left. The Paul McGann Doctor is on the right.
Okay, I can see that.
Especially with the stance.
Yes.
Now, what I think I need with this is kind of hard to see, but I need like a lighter color tie, potentially, to stand out.
Yeah, I would say white would work with that pretty well.
Yeah. But I was just making this with what I had at the moment, and that's pretty much the only tie I had. But it's a start. Da, 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 da. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I mean, well, the new batch has shown some pretty good promise at work.
Ooh,
And one of them is my cousin.
cool.
Yeah. We're back to last. Again, I'm gonna speak in code here. Last departure at 7.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just same old, same old.
Ah,
You okay?
yep. Just caught my hair and adjusting my headphones.
Ah,
Is there any advance on using lanterns?
no.
Oh. What about the time tickets?
Haven't heard a thing about that either.
Oof. Empty promises. Empty promises.
Yep. Oh, and also the chairs in TC.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, the back is just about completely snapped off.
Oof.
Brent had to fix it with some duct tape today.
With some duct tape. God, MacGyvering it up there.
Oh yes.
Need some gum as well, or is that contraband?
It just kind of is what it is. Hey, I actually
Yeah.
gotta pop out real quick. Michael is downstairs right now, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go say hey to him. But if possible, bring him up here with me.
Okay, then I'm gonna get some water. Then I'll currently pause this stream, and we'll be back.
I don't
In a
think
bit.
you can. I don't think you can pause it. I have yet to
I'll-
find out how.
I'll just leave it as a blank
Okay.
screen. Then with we'll be back.
All right. Oh, I forgot I still had that picture. Let me change that. That's from Tuesday Night Trek. We'll go this one.
Snapchat filters coming in handy. Where's a vaguely sci-fi looking? None of these are. Rip. Bold. I'll up the font to like. That. So if anyone's just joining in, my name is Moss. We're currently having a quick break. We should be back shortly. We'll be continuing to talk about just whatever topics interest us and come back. Feel free to leave anything in the comments, talk to us. If you have any questions, feel free to do so. We're mainly on this channel talking about sci-fi and other forms of TV and movie media and our thoughts and opinions on them. But again, feel like talking, feel like contributing, feel free to do so. Da-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-dum, 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 da-dum. Hello?
What's up?
Not much?
So I got someone coming up here that wants to say hello to you.
Cool.
I hear a humming in the background on your end.
There shouldn't be.
Okay. Well, let me scoot in a little bit, make room for him. So, here's Michael, and Michael. Say hello to Rubber Duck.
Hello, Rubber Duck.
Hello!
Is he joined by his guest star, the Worm?
No, but he is joined by very scrunched up squid
Oh. That should
from
have
one of those
thing.
capsules.
Oh, fun!
That should
You know, all your worms are still there in that locker, by the way.
Hopefully, they get used responsibly.
Responsibly. I mean, maybe you could find a use for him with your new toy.
Possibly, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think of some other great places to hide it.
Yes.
You know what you should make?
Yeah,
Jedi worm.
that is amazing.
I mean, think about it. Tape a couple of these to the worms.
Uh-huh. So anyways, Charlie, just how's things been? Just pretty alright?
Pretty good. I've just spent the last month with my partner. They went back yesterday. And now I'm just getting ready to head back to England.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I myself haven't really been up to much other than I actually came back home from being away for the weekend as part of my contract to Uncle Sam. But I'll admit, it was actually pretty cool. I got to meet all the new people, and for the most part, we did pretty much nothing except pack for annual training.
Well, I shouldn't be too busy until the 2nd of July. So if you guys ever want to, meet up or anything, feel free to shoot a message and we can plan something.
Yeah.
We will do our best. Unfortunately, we're going to be out of town pretty much from the 21st to the 26th. But maybe after that, we should be able to do something.
Maybe.
Like you do like sushi, right?
Pardon?
You like sushi, right?
Yes.
Maybe we can get some sushi over in Harrisonburg or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much has been going on.
Yeah. Pretty much all I've been doing is work. I can imagine that you can guess where.
Yeah, we've kept it nameless. We've spoken in code, but I've caught him up on everything, including the fact that we have a cousin working with us now.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I have no problem embarrassing him because I actually did one time. Where pretty much what happened is that I asked him a certain question pertaining to a certain instrument about what song was playing.
Your favorite instrument, by the way.
Yeah. Like, I asked him what song was playing and who wrote the song. He knew what the song's name was, but he did not know who wrote the song.
Yeah.
And I asked him this question in front of guests.
I just love that instrument. I just miss it every day.
Yep.
Can't sleep without it. As some people would say.
Yes, it's. I'm not going to because it would give away where we work. But I bet I could quiz you right now and you would still have all the information on our place down pat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, by the way, this is something that came as a shock to me. The new trainees of our place actually are getting quizzes for the information,
Ooh.
which I felt was strange because we never had to do that.
So we actually have to learn the information.
Yes, which, don't get me wrong, I think is a pretty good idea, just because of the idea of it, but at the same time, it makes you think, we didn't do this before, so why do it now?
True. But, hopefully, very slimly, it improves the mentality of the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, I also got promoted to maintenance.
Ooh.
Yep. And he handles door, of course, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his door when I went there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I cleaned up our lounge probably the first time in a couple months, and it was terrible. Like,
Oh, by the way, we're still working with half the space up there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It was just outright awful when I was cleaning it. Like, a part of me was going crazy because you know how long I've been gone and why I've been gone.
Yeah.
Having all that stuff drilled into me by drill sergeants, it kind of makes me pick up on a thing or two, and it just makes me go crazy seeing stuff not make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, you're really not missing much where you just left because everything's changed and nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, remember observation? That's coming back.
Ooh. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep. And one of the key stars of that is resuming that post too. A certain older gentleman who will remain nameless.
Who
Who has a weird obsession with Scooby-Doo.
Ah, yes, him.
Which, by the way,
Have you seen Scooby-Doo?
Which I will say this, there was a time where I said it with him, but to be fair, it was kids.
Anytime I say it, it's always just to mess with him, being like, oh, just in the middle of when he's talking, I'll say, by the way, have you seen Scooby-Doo? Just to mess with him.
Yeah. But I think he takes it pretty well, does he?
I mean, he kind of does. He kind of has to in front of the guests.
Yeah. Well, it's not like he's come up to you and just be like, yo, what are you doing?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. There would be time. Yeah, like I said, the only times where I said it recently was because of kids, because we've had a lot of groups.
Yeah. Has some holiday started?
For some,
Yes.
for me,
Okay.
Yes,
He's being a British person. I don't know the routines over here.
just private groups.
yes.
Ah. I heard that Hotel Charlie is the snitch.
Can neither confirm nor deny on that. Seriously, I haven't heard one way or another.
Ah.
Oh, yes, that is true. She is
Mm-hmm.
observation at one point.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so was Zulu Bravo.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't think he is yet on this coming schedule, but let's face it, the most hardworking man there, I'm sure they're gonna put him there too.
Mm-hmm.
The one that talks about how the radon's killing us.
Yep.
You could have said how much he needs more alcohol.
I could have said just the guy that just needs more alcohol. Oh well.
Which, funny enough, I actually met a guy like that during drill, and he was probably one of the most hilarious people I ever met.
Well, it's good to see what you guys are trying to keep positive and there,
We're doing our best.
trying to keep afloat.
At least I'm mostly at the TC now.
Actually, I've hidden somewhere, but I had a few souvenirs I got from their chunk of copper.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't be incriminating yourself now.
it's just a chunk of copper. You can literally get it in like anywhere.
Okay, I thought you meant like you actually removed something from
No,
where you're not supposed to.
No, there's not enough copper in that.
You're right.
I thought I saw it, but I didn't. It'd be on the shelf somewhere.
Okay. What you got?
It's not quite copper, but I got a ton of geodes and gems from the sandbags.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We also got a 3-piece of Undike. I believe that's on the yellow cards. No, the orange cards.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Basically crystal glass.
Nice.
And just a ton of smaller rocks and stuff.
Okay.
All in this bowl.
Nice. And you're taking that back with you overseas?
I'll take some of it back, not all of it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll probably take like a geode and a few of the pretty ones.
Okay.
But that was a pretty good day out. I think with the 5-year plan that they're gonna try and implement, I think it could become a good like day experience where like you're able to go there, do a couple of attractions, get some food, and then continue on doing more.
Yeah. But again, plans are one thing. We'll see how they're executed.
Yeah. As they said with the Minecraft World update, concepts aren't solid plans.
Yeah.
That Minecraft recently has been on a very downhill slope with some of the decisions they've made.
I believe that.
Yeah.
We see, I think they're biting off more than they can chew. They can, they keep promising these really cool ideas, like the Birchwood Forest, and the Fireflies, but then they don't deliver on it. I'm still trying to figure out what the goat horn is used for.
Maybe.
I don't know. Honestly, I really don't play Minecraft.
Maybe a powder horn or something. I don't know. But then again, that would involve.
Or maybe a horn like.
Well, yeah, that's what it does. It makes a sound, but I don't know if it actually has a function.
Yeah. Maybe it only works if like you're playing it with multiple people and you want them, hey, get over here.
Maybe. That could be interesting.
Yeah, but I kind of doubt that, honestly.
Yeah. But, splitting the Cave and Cliff into 2 updates, and then one of the main things that they announced for it didn't get done until like a 3rd update later with the Wild update. They're just going down a slippery slope of overpromising and presenting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go soon because it's a bit late.
That's fine.
All right. Well, I gotta go, Charlie. It was good seeing you
Nice.
again. I
Yeah.
think.
Thank you
I
for
think
stopping by.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out also. But
Okay, well.
yeah, thank you. So far, you're doing a good job with what you're presenting here. Two biggest piece of advice I have for you is number one, don't get discouraged right now with your low subscriber count. Just keep doing what you're doing. The subscribers will come. I will do everything that I can to signal boost for you.
Thank
And
you.
number two, focus, especially once you get back to England, because I know time here in the States is limited and you need to keep as much funds for traveling over there. But once you are fully established in England, start really focusing on upping your production value.
Okay then. Well, thank you for coming along. Hopefully, you'll be able to do some more streams like this at some point in the future.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you have a good night, okay?
And you.
All right. And by the way, man, just want to know you were fantastic.
And you know what? So was I.
So was I. See you later.
See you later. Anyways, thank you for anyone who stuck around and had listened to this first stream. At the moment, there's not really much of a schedule, again, because I am currently working on moving back to England and stuff. But hopefully we'll be able to do more of these, more sort of theory videos. And then over on his channel, after the 2nd of July, we'll be starting up the Thursday Who, which will be our review of each story and episode, starting off with the classic series and working our way through to current day, which will take a while, which means there's plenty of content to come. Again, thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you again in the future. If you have any questions, put it in the comments and I will respond to them in a future video. Have a good day.